plan for today: climb up this mountain, spend the night there without tent and without bivy bag. I'm still totally flesh. The night will be pretty chilly. The forecast predicts -2 degrees. We're already in the middle of this huge rock formations here, and right now I'm working my way up step by step. Today there are 1,800 meters of altitude. The first 1,300 I did already, those were quite easy. The last 500 though will be quite steep, and I need to climb up the rest of the mountain. It's getting tighter and tighter here. We are closing in to this saddle. Right now I'm searching for the entrance. I'm walking along this ridge here. Nice view. And somewhere here, I see the marking somewhere here, it must go left up. Here I found the entrance. That starts with the Via Ferrata. Pretty impressive overhang here. And then come in here, a nice cuddly, cozy cave. Pretty flat here, so that could be a spot also to camp. Let's go back. And then I will take a break before I start the climb up. And the journey begins. The first part is done. Now we enjoy a little bit the view down there. It's spectacular, but I will not go this direction. I will go further up this direction. So it zigzags up here and it goes this direction. There's some sun, yeah. It's a real pleasure to walk here because we are quite far up. The view is good all the time. Still a little bit of snow. I took off the helmet. It's still relatively steep, but not that steep, so there's no danger of rocks falling onto my head. I was just walking towards the summit and then I discovered this little treasure here, a cave or a bunker from the First World War, and that's pretty cool because that would be possible place to sleep also. Gotta clean up all this metal stuff for another time, maybe not today. It's nice, I like it. Good to know. Yes, let's go ahead. There I found another one. Some interesting metals stuff here, some cans, some more cans. Almost at the summit, at the first summit at least. There are two summits. The one behind me is a little bit taller. I will check that out later, but I wanted to check out both anyway because I want to see where's the better place for me to sleep, like a flat surface. It's also quite windy. So that was the first summit so far. Not very successful because there's no flat spots. Besides the two caves that I found, those would be an option, but not my preferred option. Oh, look at that. Wow. Cool. So I will go to the other one, check this one out, go down here, up on the other side, and then we'll see. And up on the other side. Over there you can see the summit. I think I already found the spot. It's actually right here. That will be my spot for tonight. I will remove the rocks a little bit. The idea today is to use a tarp. The wind will come from the north pretty consistently, that is good. So I will put the narrow side towards the wind and I build it up this way. I also notice it's getting colder now. Building this tarp in the best possible way will be for sure the greatest challenge of today. Of course I will try to keep the tarp as flat as possible. Some spectators in this case. Provides quite some nice space. As you can see, it's even too much space. I don't need all this space. I rather go a little bit deeper and be a little bit more protected from the wind. Davidson. Well, I'm not a super expert in tarp, not yet at least, but it's kind of fun to build this thing. I also have a bivy bag just in case of emergency, but for now I will use it as an additional footprint because the rocks are pretty spiky here. The sun is setting behind me. It got really cold now. So also in the wind here, I gotta get out of the wind now any moment. But it's hard with this view. 360 degrees, it's just stunning. That's something else. I think that will bring me pretty good through the night. And there it is. The sun is setting. The sky, orange, blue. I had to really get under the tarp now to protect myself from the wind. I also think that there will be some nice star viewing today. I cannot believe it. You probably can tell by the color of my face. The red light shines right in here. You probably will not be able to detect that as much on the camera. I assure you, it's quite red, and that's so typical for autumn. I love that. Yeah, it's great. And I also see the first stars already. I made myself... Oh! Hello! Okay guys, there's a crazy person just arrived. Came there out of the nothing, out of the dark with his headlamp, and now we are both sitting here. And he will go further down again because he's cold, but it's such a nice meeting. Yeah, cool. Guy just appeared with his headlamp. It's dark now. And he just came there and said, hey, hello. Barely speak English, barely speak any German. He was Italian, I don't speak Italian. But he sat down here for a moment. He does like a 24-hour race or something. It's pitch black and he does 3 summits. And he said, I said to him, you are crazy. And then he looked at me and he said, well, you are crazy. I thought I'm the only one that is here on the mountain. And there's another guy running around. It's really cool. This is the point that I want to fix. All the electrics in one bag and then into the foot box of the sleeping bag. Good night. Good morning. I'm waiting for the sun to come up. At the moment there is no wind, so that's quite nice. It's not so cold either. I just measured, it has 2 degrees, so we didn't even get into the minus. Although with the wind, there was a constant wind in the night, constantly blowing. Sometimes there were some stronger gusts and then it really made a noise here, but not too bad. It was a crystal clear night. I could see so many stars. There was no moon. Really unbelievable. The sun is coming up right now. The summits, of course, that are around, the tallest summits, they get some light already, like this one and this one back there. In the valleys, there is the fog. You can see back there. That's where I come from. That's where I live, actually, down there in this direction. So right now I would sit in the fog It's much better like this. I didn't sleep like continuously. I always woke up again because there were some gusts of wind. And then I woke up, but all in all, I had plenty of sleep. I was wrong, she's not looking south. She's actually looking east, right towards sunrise. Chocolate for breakfast. Why not? The humidity was absolutely no problem. I guess because of the wind, or I'm not exactly sure why, but you never know. So this night was quite dry. For a little bit more order, I use those rubber bands. Just put them on. It just makes it a little bit more orderly in the backpack. And of course, when I'm already here, I will not just go back down. I will explore the whole summit area and see what kind of treasures I can find. Yesterday I went already a little bit this direction, but not all the way. There we have a massive downhill. Of course, that's like the perfect playground for me. And just climb around a little bit in this stunning landscape. That's just so much fun. That's the best. Oh yeah, that's the othermost part. I cannot go any further. Yeah, that's it. Which means I'll go back up where I came from. Thank you. Those bivvies on the summit are a great thing, but for me personally only if there is forecast with little wind. It makes a whole difference, especially on this altitude, if there is a lot of wind or not. You will not be able to sleep much if you don't find proper shelter. Like in this case, it would have not been possible if there would be more wind. So I always check the forecast, I always check the direction where the wind is coming, and then such a bivvy is way more fun than if there are strong winds. Of course, if you have like a bulletproof tent, it's a different story. Then of course you can also try it with stronger winds, which is actually an interesting thing which I want to try in the future. The steepest part is done. I'm right here where the Via Ferrata started. The rest I will walk down slowly and peacefully, and I see you in the next one.